July 20 something, about 23rd or something, 22nd. Just going to have a look at the chillies in the garden. They're all starting to ripen up now. These are the monster bubblegums. 7-pod monster bubblegums. They're looking evil. So it's going to be time to make some chilli sauce again. Tomatoes are not, they're putting out a few, but not a lot. It's a BBG Mant Black. Not a lot of fruit on this one, but coming along. Those are the Physalis. Didn't do a lot. Bit of parsley down there. These are the Tigers. They're coming along nicely. A few ripe fruits on them. In fact, let's just have a little pan around. Garden's looking nice now. Looks like a giant shreddy wheat though, with all this dry grass. All the hedges are done now though. Now this one, I think this is a Reaper. They're taking, oh no, it looks like a monster pot. It's a super hot, whatever it is. It's taking ages, and this pumpkin's not put any gourds out. The eggplants are doing well. Eggplants are starting their fruit. Yeah, there's one there. Couple on this one. There's a couple in there. And then Adalberto habaneros. All starting to ripen up nicely. That one over there. They're really ready, they are. Nice and hot. It'll be time to make a nice hot chilli sauce. It's going to be hotter than the last one, this one. And over here, got the rhododendron. These little ones, these are starting to heat up. They're really hot as well. In fact, everything out is really hot. More of the tiger ones there. Hasn't set any fruit though since last time, only one or two. And we've got a BBG Mant Black. It's got absolutely loads of fruit on this. Loads, good size as well. I ate one of them the other day and gave me an almighty head rush. Again, that looks like a Reaper or something. They're really late to set that one. But then we got this one. It's got weird little chillies on it. Look at them. Almost like a line of red. There's another one in there. Yeah, look at them. Strange little chillies. They've got different shapes on them as well. Some big egg-like ones. But they're all starting to ripen up. Get some heat behind them now. So I'm going to do two different types of chilli sauce. Split the chilies up into two groups. Really hot and medium crazy hot. And then we've got the tomatoes. So front garden's starting to look nice now. All the hedges are done. Got the echiums there for next year. Lavender's starting to take, and the rosemary. Put some more herbs in here next year. Have that as a little herb bed. Sempervivums down there. They just grow outside and please themselves. They've all flowered for the year, so they'll seed. Got more down there, more Sempervivums, different type. So starting to come along. I've think what we'll do is just have a little whip out the back. Lilies are finished for this year. Let's have a go and have a little look out the back. The conservatory's all clear and tidy now. We got, I think these are the King of the North peppers. Got loads of them on there. Good size. That looks like a cabbage or something. Loads of them. But let's go and have a look out. Go and have a look outside. I've started clearing these beds now. Get on top of them while the weather's good. So I took that Sambuca nigra down. It'll probably cop us out, but I might put some killer on it or try. I'm not going to dig that stump out, it's too much. We've got a rose there, and then we've got two camellias behind them. So I give a chance for them camellias to spread out. Then I'll have to think about what I'm going to do with this bed. Need something planted along that fence line to produce a hedge. So I need to get some hedging. That rose is doing really well. This acer needs a trim up. I was out here yesterday doing that, and I also pruned back a couple of the plum trees because they finished now for this year. Well, they dropped all their fruit in trying to preserve themselves. But then we've got the grape behind here. I haven't got a lot on it, but we have got one little bunch of grapes, if I can hide it. There we are. Little bunch of grapes there. So water that each night. Got tomatoes in here, it's a bit of a mess. Got some chard down there. These are the raspberries. Upcoming sunflowers. And we've got strawberries all along there, but they've finished for the year. But as you can see, they're putting out runners. And I should put them around the fruit trees. Took the echiums down mainly. There's still two big ones over there, still with flowers on, but the rest came down. But then we got a load of echiums for next year. They've chose where they want to be. Got pears, nothing's really getting big. A couple of the apples have just completely dropped their fruit. Can't cope with the heat. Gone into preservation mode. There's one little plum left on there, but I'll cut this back hard. I don't want these trees getting tall anyway. I want to keep them a manageable height. Another plum there that got cut back. These apples, probably better off just picking them off for what the size of them. And these pears again, I don't think they're going to reach size. I think if I was to pick them off though, they might go back. These trees might go back into blossom. That's what's happened in the past with them. This one's doing nicely. This is an apple. Might as well take the old manky fruit off. No point keeping it on there. There's a few apples in there. Some of these manky ones I might use for to go in my chilli sauce. But that would have been a cracking load of pears on that. But they're not going to fatten up. Cherry. I need to think about the shape of them for next year. And then we've got the nuts over the back, hazelnuts and cob nuts. That apple's got no fruit, but it's happy enough with this heat. All the grass is dead. Looks like a giant shreddy wheat. Good. Again, this apple's happy. I took the apples off it and we ate them. This one didn't produce any apples this year, but more about getting shape. A couple of russets on this one. They're not really going to do a lot. Might get one or two to eat, but they'll be small. This one's producing alright. It seems happy enough. Struggling with the water. But I mulched around some of these trees yesterday with the old hedge clippings. I've done that hedge, cut that hedge, it's a long old hedge. Done the middle one, so that's all tidy. Quinces are doing well, not the greatest fruit in the world, but might be something interesting, quince and blackberry or something. There's an echium down there for next year. So I took one of them echiums out there today. They're big old ones, them. Trying to work out what they got to be 15 foot or more, them ones. Tomatoes are starting to, these are a yellow type tomato, and they're starting to ripen up now. A good size. And what I'll do is use some of the tomatoes with the chilies to make the chili sauce, and I'm going to also make a tomato sauce. Maybe dry some and do them in olive oil. I've been eating figs off of this fig tree. They're nice and tasty. They're a little bit dry, some of them. This apple's still holding all its fruit. Just getting these brambles. I'm working on this bed at the moment. Just trying to get all the brambles and clear it back. And that's going to be a veg bed for the winter. That rose is going to get cut back. Got a lot of bindweed in this bed at the moment, but as I say, I should use this for broccoli and stuff for the winter. Plum tree there, dropped most of its plums, and what is left on there didn't really fatten up. There's a couple there, but they're not really any size. This apple's still going away. Not very big fruits. I think it's going to be a real expensive fruit year next year if you want apples and pears and that. They're just not big enough. Looks like a nice fig up there that might be ready. Yeah, that's nice and ready, that one. So that's the first one I've had off of this tree. So should get a good few kilos of fruit off of that. Saying that, a lot of fruits at the top. There's some in there. These are the nut trees. Fig tree there. I've had a couple off of this, but these are very dry, these ones. Not very big fruits. In fact, you can see the difference in size. These are hazels. Hazelnuts there. Producing hazelnuts. Put the echiums down here just to rot down for the insects and the wildlife. Might get hedgehogs or something in there. They're cob nuts, got loads of cob nuts on there. Just waiting for them to ripen up and finish off. Nettles are doing alright, hopefully they'll seed away for next year. This is just a little wild area anyway. This is a red cob nut, and as you can see it's got cob nuts on it. Someone's car alarm. I sowed these up with French beans and broccoli and beetroot and something else, can't remember what the other thing was. So they'll do for later. The bird up there having a good old cackle. Potatoes are doing well. They've gone into flower, so be ready to pull these soon, get another lot in for Christmas. And the sweetcorn, I noticed, I had a look at one today, and I'm going to take that off now actually. Let me put that over there. As you can see, our sweetcorn pretty much there. Oh yeah, they're nice cobs. Yeah, nice cobs them. Could have gone a bit longer, so I'll just take them as I want to eat them now. I'll have that for me tea, that one. Boil it up, nice on the barbie. Started piling up this compost here because I don't want to get it too hot and catch them on fire. That's just because that's a big wood pile over there. Been picking blackberries by the bagful, getting a bagful each night. And they're nice and sweet generally. Great big blackberries, good size, nice and sweet. And they're just freebies intruding from the garden down on the other side. Don't mind that. And then we've got more blackberries over there. I was picking them, but now I've got them planted up, I won't be picking them. So overall, we're producing, but for the amount of fruit we got in the garden, we didn't produce a massive amount. But there we are. So now it's a matter of getting these beds ready for winter for planting, getting brambles and bindweed out. But as soon as they're cleared, it's going to dry the soil completely out with this weather. I see there's a few bees still up on their metriums. Anyway, there, and there's some more. There's the green man. More blackberries there, freebies, good sizes. So there we have it. Let's go up here, just have a little look over the garden. There we are. Coming towards the end of July. About 23rd, 24th, something like that. Raspberries over there. There we are.